Hello survivors and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video, and in this video we're going to be going over a brand new event that's starting up. It looks like you're going to be able to push through this one and get your hands on any particular medic you want out of Dr. Stevens and Alice, and if you don't want these characters there looks to be other rewards you can pick up instead with the rewards. Reading through the intro and the event times information, it says a steady hand can mean life or death when it comes to a weapon, or in this case a scalpel. During the Helping Hands event you'll work daily on different solo missions and with your faction to complete missions, along with running a daily roadmap to work your way toward Gold Mythic Dr. Stevens or Gold Mythic Alice, among other rewards in the Helping Hand Grey Market. The event times are as follows. It starts on the 22nd of September at 4 PM Pacific time, and it ends on the 30th of September at 4 PM Pacific time, so just over a week-long event. The Helping Hands offers will end on the 30th as well, but the Grey Market will end a little bit later on the 1st of October. It does give some more information here by saying bloody t-shirts will be rewarded for working through a number of different missions that will change daily. Complete them on your own and with your faction mates. Use your bloody t-shirts as energy to run the daily recurring Helping Hands roadmap. The Helping Hands roadmap will reward trauma kits, which you can use to purchase a copy of Gold Mythic Dr. Stevens or 2 copies of Gold Mythic Alice, along with other rewards listed below. And you can see all the possible rewards here. For 4,400 trauma kits you can get yourself 1 Gold Mythic Dr. Stevens. For 2,500 trauma kits you can get yourself 1 Gold Mythic Alice, but that one has a limit of up to 2. You can only get up to 1 Dr. Stevens. You could decide to go for Gold Mythic tokens instead. You can get up to 20 of these for 120 each. That would be a grand total of 2,400 for a Gold Mythic pull. Or you could decide to go for military supplies, Mythic Gear Choice Box B, which is generally going to be the things like gloves and the scopes and stuff like that. Random silver tokens, they're going to be quite cheap at 300 trauma kits each, so you could get all 10 of those for the 3,000, just a bit more expensive than getting one of the Alice's. Or lastly, you could top up your raid energy refills again if you did spend quite a lot in one of the previous events. So you can get up to 50 of these, and these only cost 50 each, so this is actually pretty cheap as well. There is some information on what we need to do, and this is very reminiscent of a couple of events we've had to do in the past where it comes to, you know, what we have to do on a daily basis. Here it's going to be doing raids, level ups, onslaught, raids, level up, onslaught, raids, level up, survival road. You know, it's just going to basically be the daily mission you're going to require to be doing different daily things. There is going to be some lineup with events, obviously, because you can't do onslaught missions unless there's onslaught up, so that makes sense, and that is actually pretty decent. In the past it's been raid a certain amount of times a day, like 30 times, level up a certain amount of characters. I think it was quite a lot, at like 200, 300 at least. Survival Road was quite easy, doing 10 SR stages, but if it's lined up with an actual SR tournament, it could be more this time around. Now we can see the daily recurring roadmap information here, and it's going to cost the bloody t-shirts that you're going to get from those missions to run this roadmap, and you can see you're going to get the trauma kits as the rewards on the right hand side. For each act you complete, it looks like you're going to be able to get 125 trauma kits, and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 acts in a daily recurring roadmap. Now it's going to be just as expensive to run through it no matter what by the looks of things, so you don't have to necessarily finish the entire thing, but I would make sure you've got enough bloody t-shirts to complete each day's, each act, because the act reward is, the extra 50. We might get enough bloody t-shirts per day to run this every single day. Now there is a bigger breakdown on what the event missions are actually going to entail. You can see level up missions are going to require you to level up characters up to 550 times. Oh, it's as a faction. I was going to say, this is like, wow, this is pretty heavy. And you can see up to 2,200 times. That will be in a single day, but as a faction, so that isn't too crazy, honestly. Raid missions will require you as a faction to win, let's see how many raids. It's going to be 300 probably. 240 raids as a faction, again, in a single day. The amount of survival road stages you'll have to complete is going to be, a couple of hundreds, 375 survival road stages in a single day. This does mean it has to, I believe, be on the same day as a tournament, because the most you could do in a day as a faction, if it wasn't a tournament, would be 300. So there should be a tournament lined up with this, which will make this obviously a lot more easier to do anyway. Then we had the Onslaught missions, and then we have to complete all faction missions, 100 battles, so on and so forth. So this looks like the main mission that we normally get with Onslaught's going to pop up on this date instead. And you can see the sort of bonuses, and then there's the individual missions as well, where you're also going to get those 3 bloody shirts. You're going to get the normal extra rewards on top, like the TWD gold medals, and that is pretty decent, but the bloody t-shirts will be a little side reward here. So this is the Helping Hands event, and this is to allow you to get a medic onto your roster, or 2 medics. I'd say Alice is actually a pretty decent attack leader because she's got a revive if you're someone who runs Scotsman. You know you can pick up Scotsman on turn 2 because Alice will get her rush naturally just because of the AP gain that you'll get from Scotsman. So in the meantime, she could be a good attack leader if you've got reasonable enough damage elsewhere. But Dr. Stevens is obviously a pretty good. If you did pick him up from the Battle Pass, was it the last Battle Pass? You'd be able to get your second for grade 5. And if you got lucky enough to pick him up in the Gold Mythic, well, in the meantime, you could limit break him once, twice, and maybe have a third one in the bank just ready for when he comes around in limit break 3. So either way, some pretty decent rewards. The choice is yours. Do let me know in the comments down below what you're going to try and get your hands on. That is the end of my video. I want to thank you very much for tuning in. And as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.